My name is Paige Willey. I am the con chair of Fandomverse Expo. I have done conventions for, 12, 15 years, all through Southern California. I originally started with my parents doing, craft shows, gun shows, dog shows, things like that, so I got background for it. I actually lived out here when I was a child and moved away and came back, moved my family back here.
What are some other conventions that you worked on people might have heard of?
Anime Los Angeles, Anime Expo,
Okay.
Pacific Media Expo, San Diego Comic-Con. My job is to make sure that everything at the convention goes off smoothly, make sure my staff is okay, make sure my exhibit hall is good, that my attendees are happy, that our guests are comfortable, pretty much everything.
So how have things been going so far this year?
This year's been good. This is actually our third year for the convention. Second year for the Pioneer Event Center. The University of Antelope Valley was gracious enough to, welcome us back. We're really happy to be able to do it, because unfortunately out here there really aren't many choices for venues. A little slower this year right now during the day. We are unfortunately competing with Streets of Lancaster. I'm so happy to, and this is going to sound weird, to have competing events, because 15, 20 years ago that would have never happened out here. There's a lot of families that are moving out here, and that's what we're targeting, is family friendly. I want to put on a show that my children will enjoy.
So were you kind of involved in starting Fandomverse, or?
Yeah, it was actually myself, Chantel Carmen, Excel, oh my god, Excel's gonna kill me, Excel Monroy, I always screw up her last name, and we originally created an organization called V3 Cosplay Syndicate, and what it was is a cosplay group that did charity work. My great aunt started the Sova food banks with the Jewish Federation, and we kind of started volunteering there. We would do events that, hey, you can come and we'll feed you, but bring something. So we had people bringing canned goods and cash, and then we got sponsorships, and it just kind of grew from there. It's the three of us still, and then we have, I almost want to say about somewhere between 100 and 200 volunteers. So we partner with organizations like the 501st, the Federation, Krypton Radio, Cosplay for Kids. We do work with the City of Hope. We've done stuff for the Multiple Sclerosis, American Heart Foundation, Cross. I mean, we do work across the board.
So ticket sales, like money raised from that gets donated to those various charities?
How it usually works is the ticket sales will cover the convention, and during the year we do a lot of promoting, so that money that we get during the year, that actually will go to the different charities that we're working with at the time. It's not always money, it's always can be food, books, clothing, giving our time. We're trying to be involved in the communities that we live. Our first 2 years we were under a different nonprofit, which was the LOSFIS, which is the Los Angeles Science Fiction and Fantasy Society. They've been around since like 1939, and that's also where a lot of us got trained, because we did Anime Los Angeles, Gallifrey 1, the largest Doctor Who convention on the West Coast, LostCon, which has been running forever. So it came over from there.
How does this compare to the other conventions you've worked? Is it a lot smaller?
We're obviously smaller.
Yeah.
We're a lot different in the sense that a traditional convention doesn't work out here. People don't understand what a convention is. Out here, you do a craft fair, you do the carnival, you do the AV fair. So a lot of what we've had to do is kind of tailor the traditional model for a convention to the Antelope Valley. Like the carnival games, the programming, the dealer's hall, all the little things. Part of it is we were looking for familiarity, because out here, people know that.
Yeah.
But we wanted to be a little closer and smaller, so it's a little more comfortable. One big difference between us and the other conventions is most other conventions have a video game department. I don't like that. Video gaming, you can play at home by yourself and enjoy it. Tabletop, you come here, you play with strangers, you make friends. So, there's a lot of different philosophies that go along with our event. It's taking the best of column A and tailoring it for, AV, because again, we're trying to create an event that will last out here and people enjoy. Basically, I want to go as long as I possibly can, that I still enjoy it, and I can still, financially make it viable, so that we can afford to do it, because we don't do this at a profit. We do it so that we have enough to keep running it. We have Crunchyroll, we have the Rakish Blade, which is a local vendor. They were amazing. They're sponsoring our masquerade. We have several sword vendors here that are also doing some major sponsorship for us. Other conventions are being sponsors, like PMX, Whedonopolis, Anime Los Angeles, Lost Con. I mean, we look out for each other. We're kind of like, I guess you'd call it sister cons in that sense.
Okay.
So that we help each other, and at least till we get to the point where once you're on your own feet, you're able to go on. When we were doing V3CS and we were just doing small events, Enemy Los Angeles' chair, or well, the past chair, it's a new chair now. Chaz Baden actually stepped in and did a lot of help for us, and with equipment and time and just knowledge. And the idea is that one day one convention will come to me and I will help them set up theirs.
Ooh, you live out here in AV, or?
Yes, I originally, I was born in Lancaster Hospital, or Antelope Valley Hospital.
Okay.
My parents had a nice property out in Lake Los Angeles because they came out here with Lockheed. And
Okay.
then, that verbal bust. So we were in San Fernando, and and then I got engaged, and I have stepchildren, and we're thinking, okay, property values, let's go home. From a lot of people I've heard is if you originally lived out here, you always come back because it's home. I have traveled all over the place for work, for leisure, for conventions, but this is home, and I want to make my home as nice as possible. I mean, why should someone have to drive 70 to 100 miles to have a weekend of fun? There's so much fandom history out here for movies and film. This needs to have a convention that recognizes it. We really wanted to kind of say, hey, this is our home. You guys got to do all this stuff. Let us show you. Actually, we premiered a world premiere indie film yesterday called Null Zone that was filmed out here. And we kind of explained this is how it happens, this is how people do movies, so you can do it too.
Seems like you're very passionate about it. The people involved are very passionate about it.
Well, the joke is you have to be crazy to want to do this job. What other people would call crazy, I call passionate. Because you're not getting paid. You literally are putting 80 to 100 hours a week into this event. Thank God my fiance is involved in this, and my future mother-in-law and father-in-law, my mother is involved. A lot of conventions are like that. If it's a husband and wife, they work in tangent. Even if it's just a single con chair, then they've got family support. Because it literally takes over your life.
How long did it take to prepare for this event?
I'd say all last year.
Oh, wow.
I mean, it's literally, I have a full-time job.
Okay.
I do accounting and bookkeeping. So this is like wherever I have time, or, oh, this is on sale, let me grab it and throw in the car, or do this, or do that. So it's not just something that you can sit down for 2 weeks and do it. Especially dealing with guests, dealing with exhibitors, which is our vendors and artists, dealing with the fan table groups. They're always getting all this competition from other conventions saying, oh, go here, go here, here. Because there is not a weekend on the calendar that does not have a convention going on somewhere. For instance, last year we were on Labor Day weekend. There were 7 other conventions on the same week, and one of them happened to be our sister con, PMX. They unfortunately had an issue with scheduling, so they had to be on those dates, but we were able to work a cross-promotional team, and again, we still helped each other. I spent a day there, they spent a day here. So we try to be really friendly with that. We're not creation cons, we're not industry conventions, we are literally run by fans.